Hey crafty people, welcome back to my channel, and in case you're new here, I'm Sarah, also known as Craft Nerd because I'm a nerd who loves to craft. I do paper crafting, card making, junk journaling, and mixed media art. Let's get crafting! Welcome back. It's time for another Mass Make Monday. In case you're new to my channel, what I do is I set a timer for 45 minutes and then I try to see how many of a particular item I can make in that time. And today we're doing a variation on the stamped clusters inspired by Crafty by Toni. So this is the one I previously did. This time we're going to incorporate stencils and die cuts instead of just doing all stamped stuff. I also decided to add to, if you watched the last video, I used this because I didn't have like a square stamp like Toni had when she was doing hers, so that I could create that effect. I also decided to pull out a circle punch and do a circle as well. So we're going to do some circles. I pulled out the same stamps from before and a few other ones because we're going to do some Christmassy ones and some Halloween themed ones. So I pulled out some of my Christmassy stamps that would work. I'll leave a list of where these guys are from below. And this is a Darkroom door, DDRSS 208 Merry Mail. And I will leave the list of all the other ones down below because, yeah, I haven't even put them away yet, so I have no idea which stamp sets they go to. So let's set everything aside or out of our way so we can get started, and I'll show you what I had in mind for doing this. I've also got washi tape out and some dyed cheesecloth. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our timer started, set that aside. And since I want to do some Halloween themed ones, I've pulled out gray cardstock to serve as the base for that. And I've got, this is a Tim Holtz Stampers Anonymous, it's THMM165. And I'm going to set that down first because that's going to get me full contact with my paper. And then stick my little mask over top. And I'm going to use Distress Oxide in Villainous Potion. And I'm really bummed because I also have the Tim Holtz like spiderweb stencil and I cannot find it anywhere. I have no idea where it went. I was using it recently and it seems to have gone on walkabout. It'll turn up eventually, I'm sure. So this was the idea. I figured we could stencil on instead of stamping like that base square shape that we used last time. As the starting point and do it like so. So we've got a square of bats. I kind of like that. What I'm gonna do is flip this around while I've got the purple out and the bats out. Let's set it over here, set it down again, and grab our circle and do a circle of bats. So how's everybody doing today? I've got lots of birch updates to tell you on the continuing saga of the adventures of Bert. So he woke me up at 1:30 in the morning. What was it? Wednesday morning, I think. So there we got a circle. Oh, that is kind of cool. Let's see. I think I'm gonna go ahead and stencil. Yes, no, because then it affects where everything goes. So let's hold off on doing all of the stenciling at once. I'm just moving stuff out of the way. Let's get my stamp mat out so that we can stamp things well. And we'll start with our little guy over here. And let me move my white sheet of paper out of the way. So yeah, he woke me up at 1:30 in the morning and goes outside. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. But as I'm letting him out, he gets out because there's a hole in my screen leading into my backyard. So he tends to just jump through the screen when he goes out, which is part of why I haven't fixed the screen, because I figure he's just gonna jump through it anyway, and rip it again. And so I'm just gonna stamp around a bunch of stamps to create like the collage effect that we got last time. And I'm gonna grab a scrap piece of paper to clean my stamps off onto. So he does that, and my other dog's getting all kinds of agitated, and he's like snuffling around in the weeds in my yard, and I'm like, what on earth is going on? So I finally go out there and I check it out, and he has managed to kill a possum out in the yard. So I, get him to leave the possum alone and go away. And I've got, a scooper for cleaning up after the dogs. So use that to scoop up the possum and get him out of the backyard area, because I know they're just going to end up like playing with it and messing around with it and all that sort of stuff. So I don't want to leave it in the backyard, set it off to the side. Because, it's 1:30 in the morning. I really don't want to be dealing with a possum at 1:30 in the morning. Plus, there was also the chance that it was just playing possum. So I was like, let's just move it out of the way just in case. So, yeah, I put it off to the side of the house and checked the next morning. And yet, no, he definitely killed the poor possum. So that has just added to his kill count. So that was our fun excitement at 1:30 in the morning. And then, of course, I forgot on Wednesday during the day to take care of disposing of the dead body. So I had to go out and do that on Thursday so I could put it in the garbage to go out with the trash. All right, let's find some cheesecloth. And I think what I want to use for this is, I die cut a bunch of stuff out, and I think that's going to go on there. We need some cheesecloth, and I think a little washi, or not washi, but and give me a second and it'll come to me. My faux antique tape, I've got some that's in a dark purple, so let's grab that, which I stuck over here somewhere to get it out of the way, and now I don't know where I put it. Yeah, this is how this day is going. Where did it go? I just had it. It was just here. It was just here. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind right now. I just had all of my tapes out. I just had them. Where the heck did they go? Where on earth could they have gone to? Like, that's... Oh wow, this is really bad. I'm like looking here and I'm like, they've got to be here somewhere. I just had them like right over here 2 seconds ago. And now they've disappeared completely. Oh, here they are. Here they are. I found them. Oh, phew. So I did some in dark purples. So let's cut off a few pieces of that. And again, this is just clear tape with some alcohol ink on it. That piece will go there, and I think I want to go a piece going up and down that way. And I just put it on like sticker backing paper so that it doesn't stick permanently, so that I can ink it. That there. Ooh. Apparently that might have been a little wet, or I smooshed something. And then let's grab a little bit of, this is tea cloth dyed with, I'm thinking, Villainous Potion. So let's do a little bit of that. And pull that apart to scrunch up and go underneath our moth die cut. Like so. This is going to need a moment to come down to the bottom, so let's set that on its side for a sec, because it's going to take a little bit. And let's work on this one. So yes, that was Wednesday's morning's fun and excitement, and then today I'm filming. This is on Friday, and My dad had a optometrist appointment. Actually, I think it's an ophthalmologist appointment that I had to take him to because he had to get his eyes dilated. Because they are monitoring him to make sure he does not get a detached retina. So he has to go every 3 months to get his eyes dilated, and he of course can't then drive himself home afterwards. So I go with him to serve as chauffeur. So he drives over to my house, and I'm working my way out of the house, and Bert manages to escape. Ooh, I gotta do a better job of stamping. I'm not doing as good stamping on this one as I did the other one. So yeah, I have to go chasing him around the neighborhood because he's run off. I fortunately caught him fairly quickly because he got to like the end of the block, but then found something interesting to stick his nose into. So I was able to get over there, and as long as you have treats, he's fairly easy to recapture once you like get him to pay attention to you as opposed to whatever else is interesting that he is, you know, focusing on instead of, you know, listening, because he does not listen at all. So yeah, I had to go chasing after him this morning. That was a lot of fun. Definitely not what I wanted to do as my dad's arriving. Because yeah, we needed to get going for his appointment. At least we were not late for the appointment, thankfully. So I've got some more bits and pieces I die cut, and I'm kind of wondering, kind of like the idea of doing that one, and then maybe another stamp over here, and a little bit of cheesecloth. Let me finish poking the pieces out on this one. So yeah, very much a Bert getting into trouble kind of week so far this week. Because yeah, I was not happy at 1:00 in the morning, 1:30 in the morning. First, I wasn't happy about being woken up. And then to have to dispose of the poor possum. And at first, when I went out there, I'm shining a flashlight, and you know, I've got some pretty sizable weeds in my yard right now. I did trim some back last Saturday. I did a little gardening on Saturday morning, clearing stuff out. But it's still fairly overgrown, and so I was not too thrilled about having to deal with that. Okay, I think we're gonna turn that a little bit, see if I can get it to go like that. I'm gonna trim a little bit of this off and then use tape across there, and maybe a little bit of the cheesecloth back there too. And I think I just snipped my finger with the scissors. Like, I think I caught some skin. Oh, it's gonna be one of those days. It's gonna be one of those days. But so I'm out there with a flashlight trying to figure out what he's getting into, and at first all I saw was gray fur, and so I had a moment of panic thinking he had actually gotten a squirrel, which would have been unusual since squirrels are not nocturnal. But all I could see was gray fur at first, and I was like, no, not a squirrel. But no, it was a poor possum, and yeah, that was not fun and very smelly. Oh, is it stinky? Like, my garbage pail, like, went this morning. My garbage goes out Thursday night, so get back from taking Dad to his optometrist or ophthalmologist appointment, and I walk past my garbage pail, which is at the curve, and it just stinks. I'm like, oh, that is not good. So yeah, poor little possum. He's in a better place now. But yeah, that was not exactly fun times to be had. And of course, you know, with it's funny because this is not the first mammal he's taken out, but he finds them entertaining only so long as they are still alive, and he can toss them around, and they like are a fun and interesting. They're, as long as they're an interactive squeaky toy. Once they're dead, he's kind of loses interest in them. Whereas with snakes, he really hates snakes. Like, he goes after them with a vengeance, does not want to let them go. So, yeah, he's my mighty hunter, whereas my other dog's kind of like... My other dog actually did have... What did he have the other day? A bird, and I don't know if he managed to actually kill the bird himself, because he is not a mighty hunter, or... I think he was on the screened-in porch with it. So it might have flown in, because what I do during the day is I leave open the door from my screened-in porch into my backyard, because I'm just in and out letting the dogs go in and out so much during the day. All right, I like those. Let's move on to another one and a different stencil this time. So I've got this one. Let's do that. And where's my mask? And do it like that. And I'm just trying to decide purple or gray. I think we'll do this one purple, and we'll do the next one with gray. I think we might move that up a little. And flip it around and scooch. I'm gonna scooch it over here because it works. I work better going that way, I think. Actually, let's see. What happens if we do it like that? Trying to figure out the best positioning for we want lost. We want as much of the spider as possible. And what I may do is come down and just gently get the rest of the spider legs, even if it's going outside of our little circle. And we can cover that up with our stamping and such. So leave that open, set that to the side, stamp something over here. But as I was saying, I don't know. So I leave the door open, and sometimes birds fly into my screened-in porch through the open door. So I don't know if the bird Howell got, like, crashed, and that's how he got it, or if he actually caught it himself, which, you know, would have been impressive because he is not the mightiest of hunters by any stretch of the imagination. So, but yeah, Bert's taken out birds. He's dug up moles, the possum now, and several snakes. Because yeah, he's got a real hatred for snakes. Like it is a deep-seated hatred. I don't know what happened to him in another life with a snake, but yeah, he has no tolerance for those guys. None whatsoever. So, but yeah, so we had a additional kill and and escape this week. So hopefully that means he's going to be a very well-behaved puppy this weekend and let me get all of the stuff I want to get done. Because I've got to finish up, if you've been watching on my channel, the Christmas house mixed media project. I want to get that done this weekend. And I definitely did not get to as many Christmassy projects as I thought I would. All right, what do we want to add to this one? Do we want to? I think I need to gear one. I think maybe that. Oh, that was articulate. I think I want to do something a little bit more, like, give him a good spot to stand on if I'm going to use that one. I think, let's use that. Let's see, where's my cheesecloth? Actually, I think I'm going to grab some gray cheesecloth. Because, yeah, I've got all sorts of colors of cheesecloth. Because I just dye it using my distress inks or sprays, depending on whether I have the color I want. Let's do that there, that like that, and then we can put a little bit of tape there over the bottom of the thing. Add some glue to this guy. I need to get a move on because I could have sworn I got like 2 sheets done the last time I did this. But then again, I didn't have to go hunting for the tape because I didn't lose it last time. All right, and a piece of tape. Oh, it feels like it needs something up there. I don't know what. Let's take a look at what I've got. I feel like I want different stamps than what I have out. Let's do this one. This one should work. Okay, yes. It's all right. All right, this one. Let's do this signature. So yeah, I'm trying to think what else has been going on. Not a whole heck of a lot. Tuesday I was not feeling well. My sinuses were acting up and I had a headache, so I ended up just taking the day off and just kind of zoning out on my couch. That's really all that's been going on. Oh, Monday I thought I was gonna have to do a wellness check on my father. So he got a new, which I may have mentioned this before, battery powered lawnmower. And he came over after, when he got it, he mowed my lawn because my lawnmower guys dumped me and I haven't gotten new lawn guys yet. So he came over and mowed my lawn 2 weeks ago. But he did it at like the highest setting because it had gotten so out of control, which is fine. But then he decided he needed to come back and mow it again. Plus, during Prime Days, I ordered him an edger as well, a battery powered edger. So he came back and did that. And he said he was going to come over between like 8 and 8:30. And it's a little bit after 9 o'clock and he hasn't come by yet. So I'm starting to get a little worried. All right, I'm gonna use a couple of the leaves off of this for this one. And let's do gray cheesecloth again. Mix things up a little bit. And it's like 9 o'clock and I'm like, he hasn't come by. I haven't heard from him. I tried calling him, got his answering machine, and I'm like, this is not, I may need to go over, take a little time off of work and run over to my dad's house to make sure everything's okay. And I look out my front window and I see an orange shirt going by. And I realize he's been out there mowing. He had actually finished mowing the lawn at that point. The lawnmower was so quiet, I didn't realize he was there. So yeah, if you're in the market to get a new lawnmower, those battery-powered lawnmowers are really quiet. Because, yeah, he mowed the entire front yard without me realizing he was even there. So yeah. All right. Let's get this glue down. Ooh, we've got about 20 minutes left, and I still want to do some Christmas ones. All right, let's see if we can speed ourselves up a little bit. Put some tape on, and get 2 more done on here, and then move on to get at least a couple Christmas ones done. All right, move this down. Woo. Let's grab a gray. Got Hickory Smoke. This is a memory box. Garden? No, Birch Landscape. I don't know why it says garden at the top. 88550, and I figured we could do some spooky trees. Like so. Let me grab a brush and ink the spooky trees. Yeah, I really like making these guys. They're kind of addictive and a lot of fun, and I like that. We're definitely gonna pull over a bird. We're gonna stick the bird is gonna go there, so we're gonna stamp accordingly. Oh, and let's do the circle one over here. I definitely should have used a die instead of a punch, because the largest punch I have for circles is 2-inch, and I would have liked a bigger circle shape. All right, stencil. Circle. Ink. Definitely getting a little bit of the purple off of the thing in there, but I'm okay with that. All right, let's switch this around and get this one done. Hopefully in short order. Definitely gonna go, let's see, if we're gonna stick him maybe there. Let's do that, going across there. And I really want my Hickory Smoke Distress Oxide because that's gonna stamp better. And I know I have it, I just don't know where I have it. Ah, here it is. Yay. Because the Distress Oxides have some pigment ink in them and aren't just dye-based ink, they tend to stamp a little bit better than the dye-based Distress inks, especially if you're using clear stamp, because the dye inks tend to bead up on the clear stamps, which does not happen as much with your hybrid inks like the Distress Oxides are. I don't know why I keep putting that piece of paper back. I need it to clean off the stamps. All right, just gonna go on here like so. I feel like that's that. Let's grab some cheesecloth. I think I'm gonna do the purple cheesecloth. Definitely gonna do a little bit more stamping. Ooh, really gotta get our crafting in gear here if we're gonna actually do any of the Christmas ones, or we're just gonna end up getting one sheet done. Oi! I need to clean these stamps off because they're not wanting to stick to the block. That's another issue I'm running into. All right, let's put this guy. Need something to tie that in. All right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull out another stamp. As I'm saying, I need to move quicker. I'm gonna just ink this one part ways up and do it there. Should have done that first and then added the other one, but it is too late now. And I think we're ready to glue this down. I just kind of smush it up and spread it out a little bit. And let's add our bird. Let's pull in some tape and hopefully that will help finish this one off. It's definitely needing a little something. Eek. All right, I think I'm gonna hold off on doing this one because I do want to get at least one Christmas one done. I pulled out all the Christmassy stuff. Let's hope we're not gonna have too much of an issue with the ink bleeding, because that's from the masks, because that's not gonna be great. All right, I'm just wiping it off a little bit and I'm gonna flip it so that when I am rubbing the ink through, I'm not pulling the ink off of this side, if that makes any sense. I'm trying to see if this one's gonna work. I think it gives you enough of a hint of what it's saying. Let's do this one in red. This one's got to be very careful because it's skinny words, so oof, it's moving. This one is not going to come out good, I don't think. And I'm using Lumberjack Plaid Distress Oxide, and I have a feeling this is going to be a hot mess because this stencil is moving around way too much. Oh yeah, that's a hot mess. All right, we're going to skip that one. We're going to shift over. We're going to grab this one, which is a Tim Holtz stencil, and it's THMS 066. And we're going to do that. This should work better. What I'll probably do for the other one is just cover up the messy stenciling with some stamping so that you can't see, like, that it was supposed to say something but doesn't. All right, let's get to stamping. And I'm gonna start with this one. I feel like there's not enough ink on this. Let's see. Let's do a test stamp on this sheet of paper. Pretty good. Like that. This one, I think I'm going to pull out that sprig of holly and stamp it. Like that. And on the bottom, I think I'm going to use that signature stamp again. And then we need a die cut. And I think I like that contrast of adding the green. Let's grab some cheesecloth. And I'm going to do some red cheesecloth. Grab my scissors. I've got stuff everywhere over here. I've got like no room to move, and I don't know where I put the lid to the red, so it's just sitting open here waiting for me to stick a finger or the side of my hand into, because, you know, that's how things go. I'd really like to know where the heck I put the lid to this. Oh, I see it now. Yay. Little over here just to get it to flatten down a little bit, and a little there, and then we'll add our sprig of greenery. And I've got Christmas washi tapes because I don't have any inky, like the faux, my inked tape. I don't have any in Christmassy colors, and I feel like it needs something over here now. Let's do this one. We might be able to get one more Christmas one done. maybe flip it and do a round one. I think we're gonna do that right there. Oh great, I did it upside down. It's the one thing I don't love about red rubber where it's not stamped on the back, is that you end up doing stuff like that. So I'm eventually gonna figure out something to cover it. You know what, we'll do some washi. Put a piece of washi like right there. This is Simple Stories. That solved that problem. Let's get that a little straighter. And then let's do, got this red and white striped. Let's do that across the bottom of here. Okay, we got that one done. Let's flip it over, go over here, and do this stencil with our circle mask, if I can find the circle mask. Come on, it was just here. I just saw it a second ago. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Or we're gonna do a square here because I can't find the circle one. Idea where the circle one went. None whatsoever. Completely up and disappeared on me. All right, I guess we're gonna do another square, which means I'll just do it over here because we'll just continue on with like those, and we'll do that, and we'll do another red. That's not what I want. This is what I want. All right, I'm gonna stamp this on a piece of paper and make sure I'm stamping it right side up first. Helps if I stamp it somewhere where I can read it. Yes, it's right side up. Inked enough? Yes, okay. Put the lid on that, move that out of the way, grab some cheesecloth. We're just gonna do a little bit of cheesecloth. Right there, because we're gonna do a white poinsettia on top of it. one. Then we add another one on top. Ooh, that got a little gloopy. And I'll probably go back and add a little dot of stickles or perfect pearls in the center. And oh no, in my haste to get to crafting, oh no, I stuck it on there. I'm like, I lost the pin. I did not lose the pin. I have the pin right there. All right, I think it needs some washi. Let's do a little bit of this. Let's cut that piece off because it's got like a holly berry and leaf motif. Let's do a piece there. No, I don't like that at all. I may like it going this way. Yes, that works. Oh, there's time. I think I just want to add a little bit more washi to this. Maybe this one. I think these might have been ones I bought at Michael's last year at Christmas time. So let's do this real quick. See if that will fit. And maybe go. I'm thinking it needs something going up there. And actually pulled this out. I'm wondering, do I want to add that? I think I do. I think that'll do it. All right, let's add that real quick. And then I'll show you what I did, which isn't all that much compared to what I was hoping I'd get done. Yeah, that definitely is going to need some liquid pearl. And actually, I've got it out, I think. Yes, I do. So let's just add a dot of red in the center of that. That just finishes it off perfectly. All right, so let's see what we got done today. We got this guy, who's now wet and needs to be set aside to dry. This one. And then we got this one, and that one. And then these two with the circle and one started. So, you know, as per usual with me and my mass makes, not so mass. But there you go. A variation on the stamped clusters inspired by Crafty by Toni. So that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please do all the things that lets YouTube know you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment down below. Thanks for joining me, and happy crafting.